So probably my favorite song on the new Deftones album, Private Music. This is Departing the Body. The lowest note in this song is a D, so I'm just going to be using a drop D tuning, D-A-D, G-B-E. But if you really like hanging out in, the drop C, like the White Pony tuning, it's a pretty easy transposition there. All you would have to do is either add 2 to everything I'm showing you here if you're in drop C, or you could just capo the 2nd fret in a drop C and just play everything relative to the capo, what I'm showing you here. So, a couple options there for you drop C people there. But like I said, right here I'm just doing drop D, and the intro here, it's kind of the probably synth stuff going on, but we can mimic it pretty well with guitar. It's just doing these funny little notes on mostly the D and A string here, where you just initially hit like a 3, do 3 open, cut it, open A, 2 D, do it again. Alright, and then we do 3 open D, again. Then we do our open A, 2 D a couple times. Alright, and then we do like we did at the very beginning, just hit the 3, 3 open, open A, 2 D, and now we can kind of just hang on this 2. Alright, so if you want to do that fun little intro part, there's that. Eventually we get the intro clean, doing the verse, and open low D, then 2 on the middle D a couple times, and then we just go 3A, 2D a couple times, and just repeat that. Okay, and we would go through that, a bunch of times, and then just finish it by doing this A sus. Initially, it's just like a very minimal A sus thing. It's like, hit the open A, you can mute the middle D, and then just do a 2 on the G, so that, fretted 2, you can just kind of lightly touch the D to keep it quiet. And then an open B under it. And with this, it's a little funny because, we strum this out maybe a dozen times or so. And then the last 4 or 5, you just lift off. But, you can keep that D quiet, that middle D quiet still, to get that open G in there now, so it's like A7 sus. Just a funny little quirk in there. But that's, the intro clean version, and then everything comes in heavy. And with this, it's just kind of the same deal, but, you can throw in like an open D power chord just to get it bigger and heavier, Still just doing that, and the 2nd on the D a couple times. And then just 3-2, 3-2. Alright, and go through that just as we did before. And now when we finish it with the A sus, you just stay on the A sus, and you can even throw in the 2 on the D now, just to give it like the power chord action too. So open A, 2, D, and G with the open B there, and just ride it out, 16 times or so. Chorus kind of goes between like a little single string to power chord thing here. Kind of 2 different runs with slightly varying things in them. The initial, we just start here at the 3 on the low D, a couple times, do 3, 5, down to 2, and then hit a power chord there, the 2 on the D-A-D, and then hit the 2s again, lift off to the open D. Alright, come back again to the 3, slide up to 10, then to 9, down to the 2s, hit the 2 on low D, full power chord, 2s to open. Alright, and then kind of the 2nd run through it, similar start, 3s couple times, 3, 5, down to 2. Here we hit it and we give it kind of a slow bend and release. Then hit the power chords to open. Hit the 3s couple again. Now slide up to 10s as a power chord, then to 9s. just kind of hang there. And the first chorus, that's just kind of where it ends. The second time we hit the chorus, it goes to this little, transitional bit where we just go down to 2nd fret power chord and just strum on them for about 16 times. All right. The bridge section switches to more like sus minor stuff going on. So start with a C sus where we go 3A, 5 on the D and G with the 3B, and it's just kind of, quarter note, or yeah, right on beat there, just a couple measures. Move over to this, and this is kind of incorporating some of the synth notes that are happening too. Alright, like that sus note. And then now we want this E7 look where you just hit power chords on the 2s, and then keep that same 3 on the B, and then a 4 on the E7, or the G for the E7 there. Alright, and then we want this B minor. Alright, so just drop down to A, 4 on the D and G with the 3B. And with this one, it's, from what I can tell, it's you hit that, and then you just lift that 4G off to 2 for a minor 7 thing. And just finish it out that way. Go through that whole thing a couple times. Alright, start from the C sus to E7 again. And then here we kind of split the measure a bit, where we do the B minor to B minor 7 again. Well, you only do about 4 strums or so, and then you switch off to the A sus2 from previously, the open A, 2 D and G with the open B, and just strum that out 4 times, just to finish up the bridge. All right, and some sections would repeat. We do get this variant of kind of the main riff, where it's just really big now, where we do just open D power chords on the D and D, and then you just hit the open G, B, and E, back to the open D power chord, and then to a C power chord to 3A, 5 on the D and G, couple hits, hit that same open G, B, and E, so you can just kind of lift the pinky there, back to the power chord on the C, and then just keep that going. And other than that, you would kind of get that funny intro as the outro again, and you should be all set from there.